Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by. And as always, I send you love. I wanted to talk about, which is a message that I received, I guess it was the evening of September the 1st, which I noted on September the 2nd, that I saw that the veil was, and I'm going to, in this video, put what it looked like. The curtain, when God shows me the veil being lifted, He uses the curtain. And I think previously, without going back into my notes, the veil was open, but I wasn't going through the veil yet. This time, the veil was open. And when I mean open, though, I guess I should say slightly pulled out. It was as if the curtains were being pulled open to form a triangle shape. So if two people were down there pulling with their hands, separating the curtains, it would actually form a triangle. But this time I was actually going through the veil, or motion was being demonstrated as going through, and it was the heavens that was there. This is my interpretation. One, because of where I am, and two, because of the way the curtains were. For something to be completely uncovered, the curtains need to be fully pulled back. The curtains were they weren't all the way pulled to the side. Like when you go to the theaters, or in the old days, when they did have curtain calls, the curtains were either raised all the way up or pulled all the way to the side, so you can get the full view of what's being presented to you, whether it's a movie or a play. Full view with no obstructions. Since the curtain hasn't been completely pulled to the side, it hasn't been completely lifted. This is taking place individually and collectively. What does it mean for you as an individual on your journey? It means that you only have a little bit of who you are, and there's still more work to be done. It means that you are doing the work to get to the highest point of completion, or what is necessary in order to get the ball rolling for you to finally know who you are and what your soul purpose is. Like I said, and the numbers for this, the chakra numbers, and are a little off based on where man has grown spiritually. Because if you go back 10 years, the 8th chakra sits above your head. But now, with how we have grown so much, we have evolved so much, we are opening and activating different chakras, new chakras, or at least ancient chakras that were forgotten for a long period of time, and we are now reawakening them to become our true divine selves, like the ones who did in ancient times, like ancient times of Egypt, ancient times of Lemuria, ancient times of Atlantis. So I don't like using numbers. I like talking about the names because the numbers can be off. Our higher self, which is everything about us, which is connected to the higher chakras that have been open and activated, tells us who we are, what our gifts are, and opens up to our purpose. We have our past, our present, and even our future, and all of that combined. But we only have access to it when the higher chakras are completely open and light is filling them. If there is a blockage or a fear or a limitation that has to be cleansed of, tapping into the 8th chakra is going to be put on hold. Now, when the 8th chakra is, when you're finally ready to tap into, and I said 8th, your soul chakra, your higher self chakra, you are going to have to, again, be able to upgrade or allow that light to penetrate into your heart chakra. And that also is going to open and activate, or activate now, your earth chakra. All 3 of those, well, you have really 4, because the universal consciousness, all that is, chakra, the galactic chakra, must be open, filled with light. And it helps work with your Soul Star Chakra, which moves into your heart center, which then pours into your connection with the earth. That means when all of those are filled and connected, you know your purpose. Your purpose here on earth. That's why the earth chakra is also so important. It has everything with our connection to earth as well in the earth chakra. How we have been here before. Our Akashic record is also attached to the earth. If we have passed on, our body resides somewhere within this earth, and that's why the earth chakra is so important. So for the veil to be completely lifted, all of these things have to come into play. So I saw that 3 days ago, some odd days ago, that it hasn't been lifted, but it's open enough for you to have information. It's open enough for you to have hope. It's open enough for you to continue moving forward. Now here's something that I just want to add to this as a personal note of inspiration for you. Whatever you are going through, whatever you are receiving intuitively, if you aren't trying to figure it out on your own, then you are not saying that you want it. You know, I get a lot of messages, whether it's about myself or about what's going on energetically as a whole. And there's some things that I just can't understand yet because it's not my time yet. But what do? As often as I can, I am thinking about it. I am trying to feel what it means to me in my heart. And I am trying to research about it as best as I can without making myself become stressed about it, without worrying about it. I find great interest in whatever I find out. And I say, well, I still don't understand. But what I have taken in, I'm enjoying. And I will sit and I will wait for understanding, for clarification, at whatever I am picking up on is true or coordinates with what I am receiving. Sometimes I don't get an understanding or a clarification about it. But because I am moving with great intent, with great purpose at trying to understand It is telling Spirit, God, Source, the universe, your higher self, that's what you want. You want to understand so much that you are willing to research. You are not willing to complain about what you're going through. And you are not willing to go outside of you and ask somebody else what you are going through. When you are doing that, asking others, whether you're in groups or whatever it is, what's happening? You're not searching yourself. You're relying on other people to tell you what you are going through. You're asking for justification, reassurance, because you are in doubt about what you are experiencing. It says that you are not fighting for what you want. Although a lot of us go through the same thing, that is certain a lot of us will experience the same thing. But your demonstration about wanting to know yourself through Spirit is demonstrated in the persistency of you creating an action that proves you are what you want. It has to prove that you are what you want. I see the people in other groups who are always asking, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This, and this. This is what I'm feeling. This. What's happening? I don't understand that. Because I've never been that type of person to look outside and look for answers. I've been the actual opposite of where I close myself off and I will not receive anything. I used to be a know-it-all, and not because I knew it all, but actually because my higher self has always known. But I closed myself off so much that it took the opposite effect of what I was actually supposed to be doing as being a leader. So I've had to learn to open up and use it properly. And you also have to open up a little more and use your lacking, your insecurities a little bit more, so you can also use that as a benefit and be the leader that you're supposed to be as well. So this is just an update that we, as a collective and as an individual who is seeking truth. Truth means we have our higher self, that we are connected. Well, we are still in the process of doing that. It is not over. And for those who know about the orb in my eye that looks like an infinity sign, it has not crossed over yet. It is still on the bridge of my nose, a little over towards the left. So that to me tells me, of course, I haven't received my higher self, that it is not time yet. And of course I know that because I don't have that all-knowingness yet. I am still tapping into more of who I am, my roots of where I come from. When we tap into our roots, from what I can pick up on here, is that we tap into the time of when we are most powerful, perhaps. I don't know yet, because I know I have been through several lifetimes here. But yet I'm tapping into now the significance of the Egyptian times, early Egyptian times of when they were in pure greatness, pure strength, before the fall, is what I'm trying to say. And so I know I've always had that strong connection in my heart for some reason with Egypt, and now it's making sense as to why I am now being guided towards more of the teachings now of the Egyptian times. And I have been picking up a whole lot within the last several days about that time frame, trying to make the connections here, and I have to move with it. If I have an offense with it or a doubt with it, it's going to hold me off. And hopefully what I am doing, I feel in my heart that I am moving with it. I am finding great interest in it. And that tells my higher self, which is always connected with Source and God, the universe, that I am willing to learn all about who I am, regardless of what I may have did in that lifetime. Because remember, when we find out who we really are and what our purpose is, it's tied to a time frame that we quite possibly know nothing about, that may offend other people, that may change drastically our life for where we currently are. Our life will not be the same once we know everything about who we are. It will not. Can you stand up to that? And if you can honestly say yes without a doubt, without being overly excited or underexcited, just yeah. If there's that fire within you that says, I can't do anything else in life until I know who I am, and you are willing to shed those layers of ego, of pain, of limitation, in order to have yourself, then you will be able to handle what comes along with it. With great knowing, with great wisdom, will come great loss. Remember that it goes hand in hand. With great power will come great loss. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.